Hey, Russell Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how we do it or how I do it, but I guess today is a we kind of situation. And we got Tiffany on today. Normally Tiffany's here on Monday, but she blew us off on Monday. Now she's saying, "Oh, I want to come back on Wednesday." Okay, yeah. So she's here.
Okay.
So fresh off of celebrating her birthday, as you can see, she got her birthday due on, still on. Her birthday was yesterday, so happy belated birthday to you, Miss Tiffany.
Thank you.
That
Thank
means you
you.
talk. You talk. Okay.
I
All
said
right. So
thank
how have you
you.
been? All good. How have you been? What's going on? Give me the 411. What's going on, lady?
What is going on? What is going on? So happy July 1st. I feel like half the year's over because
Oh
so
yeah. Yeah, I guess I didn't look at it like that, but
yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well no, because that's what I mean. That's what I'm working on. So officially in, Q3, and I'm like, okay, what do I have going on for the rest of the year? So that's what I've been working on this morning. Um same old, working out with these hotel salespeople, trying to request photos with my quotes. So
Oh,
that's still a
and how's
battle.
that going? And how's that going?
Well, basically the conversation goes with and Russell, I cleaned up my RFP, and it's pristine. It has all the pertinent information,
Mm-hmm.
and I get the response back that says, "Yes, we have availability. Here's the F&B minimum." And
Okay. That's good, right?
I'm like, "Can I get a room photo? Can I get you know, something else?" Um, but let me ask you this: You're the person I want to talk to about this. Now, I do a lot of events with that don't have rooms attached. So I'm, talking with the catering managers, and they're setting up saying, yes, we have space. Is it common to not give me the exact meeting space until, closer to the event?
Yes, that is common. That is
Very
very
common.
common
Okay. Yeah.
because they're not sure. It's based on what else is going on. So if
Right.
you're
Right.
say they have several different rooms that fit the size of your group. Now, if they tell you
Right.
they're going to give you a bigger room, then all of a sudden they get a bigger group and they move you, then now you're slided. So that's
Right.
why they don't commit until I don't know, 48 hours out or something like
Ooh.
that, or
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're still subject to be moved up until that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, but maybe you can solidify. I want this room. If you probably pay money up front, then yeah, I mean, there's
Sure.
always options. There's always options to everything, right? There's always if you, yeah, like I said, come forth with a bunch of money, then oh hell yeah, I don't want to be moved. Here's $10,000 to seal this particular room. But normally, no. You're
Money
right.
changes it.
That's
Yeah.
common. Common. That's
Yeah.
common.
I
Good
found that.
question, though,
So
Tiffany. Good
I
question.
know.
Okay,
Thank you.
before you go on, we're live on
Okay.
LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Did I say LinkedIn? Okay, LinkedIn as well. So if you're on either one of those platforms, feel free to make your comments. We love comments. I see Try Pie It over there on Instagram. Hey, what's going on, Try? Appreciate you joining us for this brief. Well, I don't know how brief this is going to be, but with Tiffany, it can be like an hour long. So, but I'm
With
just making
Russell
sure.
at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time. I've
But
been
anyway,
watching
yeah.
some of your shows. You go on. You When you get tied to a topic, you
What are you
you
saying?
you
What are you
go
saying?
on.
Did you watch yesterday's?
No, what was yesterday about?
Okay. Well, it didn't
I
matter. I went
I
long. I
watched.
went like an hour and 18 minutes.
You you don't think that's long?
That is long. I'm saying that it didn't
Oh,
mean. I didn't mean. But this is the thing. I'll go long if there's engagement, meaning there's questions and all that kind of stuff. And there was a lot of questions yesterday, a lot of comments.
mm.
So if you had watched yesterday, you would have known that. But you didn't watch, but you just want to make a comment. Okay, so that's fine.
Well, I
Anyway,
watched your AI. I watched that. That was but good. I
oh
feel like
wonderful. Well,
AI
I
for
appreciate
sales
you watching
managers.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. When I can, I
Okay.
catch it.
I
I
appreciate
catch it.
you. Okay. Keep it going. Keep it going. Okay. All right. Keep going. Okay. What's going on? Okay, that was one good question. Okay. What else you got? You got to catch me up on what's been going on since, because you didn't join us on Monday. So,
Yeah,
what was going on
Monday.
Monday?
Monday, I was celebrating my my birthday weekend. So I ended up going to Lake Geneva. That's right outside of
Lake
Chicago.
Geneva.
So it's a popular destination for people in Chicago. And I've actually never been. And I've just, heard about Lake Geneva. People go to
Lake
Wisconsin Dale.
Geneva.
I went there and
Okay.
yeah, so booked a house and room very, very quaint. It was an adults only property. And it was very kind of quiet. I think maybe my group was the only one there. The lake itself was
Okay.
cool. Yeah, yeah. So it wasn't a typical hotel property, but it was still very had very good standards. So sometimes you just never know. But I mean,
Okay.
that's with any
It
hotel
sounds exciting. Sounds like you had a really good time, really fun
though.
time.
Yeah. I was
Will
coming
you
back
go
Monday.
back? Will you go back?
I don't know if I need to. So the lake, I feel like we have the lake in Chicago. Um, I feel like I checked it off. I feel like I don't need.
Okay, so it's one of those, just
Yeah,
you needed to check the box and just, okay, I
yeah,
went, I experienced it. I don't have to go back here. That's fine.
exactly.
I
Well,
mean,
do
there's a
you find
lot of
when you
those
go
places.
to a lot of, do you go back to a lot of destinations where you're at,
No.
like even in California? Yeah,
No, I mean, there's some that,
not
I mean,
necessarily.
they could be as beautiful as they can be. I'll just give an example. UCLA has this, what is it called? UCLA cabin. What is it called? It's a conference center. UCLA Conference Center. It's in Lake Arrowhead, which is
Oh, I went
like
there.
7,000 feet up. Okay, I've been there several times. I don't ever have to go back up that hill again, and it's not because it's not beautiful or not. I don't like the drive up there. I do
Okay.
not like the windy road that
Yeah.
goes up there. I do not like that. I went
Okay.
up there because I had to go see my client. Now, if
Okay.
do I need to ever go back up there again? No, unless they fly me in. They can fly me
You're like,
in.
I need a helicopter. Is
Exactly. No,
it that bad?
I don't when I'm
Is it?
I don't like to drive up there. And I I would rather drive than someone else do it though, but I don't want to
Oh,
go up there. I
are you
really don't.
serious?
Seriously.
So you don't want to drive and you can't be a passenger.
No, heck no. Oh
What?
no.
You got control issues, don't you? You
Yeah,
gotta
when
be.
I'm going windy hill up a mountain, yeah, I do. Okay.
Oh
Anyway,
man.
hold on one second. There's a question here. Question from Charlie Bags. When you book an event, how much are you usually paying per head for lunch or a dinner event? Do you pay additional rental space for the facility? I mean, it depends on where you are. I mean,
Yeah,
are
that's a
you in
loaded question.
LA, New York? Are you in Nashville? Um, are you in Lake Geneva? I mean,
Right.
it really depends. So I would request the menu from that particular thing venue that you're having this at, and it
Yeah.
will tell you what the prices are, along with the taxes and gratuities and all the charges that you will be paying. Do you pay additional rental space for the? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It just depends. Sometimes the old way of doing it is that if you had a certain minimum, they wouldn't quote unquote charge you for the meeting space. But these days they charge you for everything. So
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. I don't know what Charlie's role is, if he has an event person working, but that's the event professional's job is to negotiate, and you'll want to try to get those room rental fees waived with the F&B minimum, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and if you need an event professional, you need some help. Tiffany is their person. Tiffany is
Oh,
your
look
person.
at you.
Okay,
Um,
see, that's what I do. That's
I
what I
see
do.
that. Look at you. I will say this, Charlie, just on my I don't know where you're located and where this is, but my range, because I do a lot of dinner events, typically 100 to 150 per $50 per head. That's not including. And then, are you including alcohol? Are you including drinks? That's not including drinks. That's just the dinner package. So lunch usually, half of that, but it varies.
And remember that the rates that they quote are plus plus. You may hear the term
Yes.
plus plus means plus taxes and plus gratuity or service charge or whatever they call it. So just confirm what that is or what those are. I would always ask, like, send me what it is per person. If we choose the buffet, whatever the buffet with steak on it, whatever the heck it is,
Yeah.
ask that for that price. And what would the service fee and taxes be on there? So give me the total amount, so I'll know. Just if I got 100 people, I just multiply that one number, $250 times 100 people, and that's going to be the amount that I'm going to pay for that particular dinner or whatever. So good question,
Right.
though. Thank you so much, Charlie. Let us know where you are, though, Charlie. I appreciate that.
Exactly. You know what? And it's funny. So speaking of this, and we had a quick discussion about this earlier about hotels being, needing the transparency in pricing. So when you're talking about you're saying plus plus, why is that not included in there? Like, send me the details. So even in the banquet menu, put that in there. What other additional charges are there? And you know to ask, but say, the average person is not asking, and then they get this sticker shock later.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you're right. And just being in the industry for so long, I know that everything is not what it seems, really. There's always going to be another price on top of that, right? So, but I just he asked that question, so I just want to throw out plus plus. Everything is plus plus. It's never going to be any menu that you get. It's never any banquet menu that you get. It's not only going to be the price. You're always going to have to add service charge and taxes on there. Okay, so don't think if it's $150 per person, that's it. Okay,
Right.
Always go plus plus. Okay, so if we learn
and
anything today, we learn that.
And to your point, all the charges. No service charge, even if it's a 20%, but are you having an attendant fee, so that $150 fee for serving. So things like that, those little pockets and nickel and diming pricing, making sure that you ask all those questions if they're not given. A lot of hotels don't give that.
Okay, another comment. My wife owns our company in Chicago. Okay. It's called the Chicago Chef Table. We have a facility in chef that prepares the meals.
Yum.
We're considering getting that liquor license in our new facility. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, there you go. And you know that did you know that this young lady next to me is in Chicago?
I'm looking it up as we speak. No, I didn't know. Okay, I see you right there on Division.
Chicago.
Charlie, I'm gonna have to check this out.
Yeah, invite Miss Tiffany to it. Maybe we can do a live from your facility there.
Invite me. They do private events, and I love looking for private event venues.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love that.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna follow you right now on Instagram.
Yes, I'm gonna do the same. Thank you so much, Charlie. We appreciate you coming on. We appreciate your comments, and and best of luck in your facility there. That sounds great. That sounds outstanding. And like I said, Tiffany is an event strategist. Okay, so this timing is perfect here, right? It just fell. It just fell right in front of you there, Tiffany. See how that works? Happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you. I love it. I love when it works out. But this is good. So while we're on the topic of just cost and fees, what other hidden things do we need to be asking about, or do I forget to ask, other than the food and beverage?
What other fees?
Yeah, what
Like
other
resort fees, like for guest rooms, resort fees or
resort fees?
amenity
That's a good one.
fees. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, the fees, they get caught up. They get called certain things or different things. It can be an amenity fee, a resort fee. I've seen one that said an urban fee. I'm like, what the hell is an
You know
urban
what?
fee? I'm serious.
Did you
I'm
ask? Did they tell you?
I don't I don't even remember because I thought it was so ridiculous. I'm like an
Wow.
urban fee, but yeah,
Wow.
so it just depends. And if you book, and I never do this, and I always tell people book direct, right? But if you book through a third party, the third party does not have to tell you what those extra fees are. They don't have to mention them. They're not the hotel. So they don't have to mention.
Oh,
So that's why when people book through a third party and they get to when they're about to check out, oh, I'm checking out a room 130, and like, oh, you owe, you think you owe, whatever you paid on, through it for it through whatever third party you went through.
yeah.
But then there's another $50 on top of that. Like, what's this other $50? Well, it's the resort fee, it's the amenity fee, it's all this other kind of fee stuff that
Wow.
was not and they don't legally, the third party, they do not have to disclose it. They don't have to disclose it. That's up to you to figure it out when you get to that hotel.
See, you know what? And this is why, because I never understand why people want to book third party anyway. But this is how they get you with the pricing. You go there and you see that their price is $100 cheaper, and you're like, I'm not booking direct. I'm saving me some money. And then, sure enough, you get to check out, and you're like, oh man.
Yes. And any issues you have with your reservation, you have to go through the third party. It's not the hotel. You have to go through whoever you booked it through. So if you went through Expedia or hotels.com or booking.com, you have to contact them. I mean, they do what they do, and I can appreciate them. I remember when I first started as a director of sales at one particular hotel, Expedia was the new kid on the block, and we thought it was the best thing in the world that we can basically turn it on and turn it off, right? Well, we didn't know who we were getting in bed with. Okay, so now 20 years later, this is what we have. And for some hotels, it works out. It's great, but I don't. For the consumer, they're not the hotel. They don't own any hotels. The reason why you see more of them being advertised or promotions is because their budgets are huge. Their budgets for like Expedia's budget is greater than Hilton, Marriott, and Hyatt's put together.
Really?
Yes. They make billions of dollars. Jim Schichter, how are you, sir? I see Jim Schichter there. Where's Jim Schichter? He's on, let's see. I'm not sure what platform he's on, but Jim Schichter is there. Thank you so much, Jim, for coming on. But yeah, so I always book direct. I never book through a third party. Okay.
Right.
I'll always book direct. And I always recommend that you book direct as well. So there you go. That's just me. Go on. Don't get quiet now.
Okay.
Keep it going.
No. That's good info. I mean, I didn't know it went that detailed. I just like better service. I like getting better service when I book direct.
Oh, and let me throw something else out there. If you book through a third party, the people that are the front desk agents or clerks or attendees, they assign the rooms on a daily basis, right?
Yep.
They will give you the crappiest rooms. Okay,
Yeah.
You don't get priority over the rooms if you book through a third party. Okay, you're gonna get the ones that's near the elevator, the ones on the bottom floors.
Nobody wants.
Yeah, the one next to the ice machine that makes all the noise. You're gonna get those. Okay, so
Yeah.
there's no reason for that hotel to give you a nice room. Okay, the nicest room.
Right.
There's no reason for that. So there you go. Something else to keep in mind.
And I tell people that all the time, and then to go ahead and a loyalty reward. If like how often you're doing it, but sign up for Hilton Honor, sign up for Bonvoy points.
Yes, get that free Wi-Fi or something. Sometimes you get breakfast and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're doing that. Send me an email so we can set up a meeting. See, that's what I'm talking about. What are we on LinkedIn here? This is LinkedIn,
LinkedIn,
right?
I'm gonna take this email. Yeah, I love it.
Would love to do a podcast from our kitchen. We have great view of the city. What? Free
like
parking? Where in Chicago are you? They got free parking in Chicago?
Say it again. Took
What
the words
the-
right out of my mouth.
what the-
It looks like he's over in that Goose Island area. Yeah, interesting. Maybe they have their own parking lot. Even better to have an event there.
Sounds great.
like
Sounds
you-
great. See, that's what LinkedIn is all about, business development. I always tell people that, but people don't listen to me. Okay.
And while we have Charlie on, so I love the idea of the chef's table and the food. So and I imagine they adhere to dietary restrictions, dietary preferences.
Yeah.
Because
Can I fly in and get a vegan meal?
That's what I'm saying. I was about to set you up. I'm about to say you got to take care of Russell and his needs, his vegan needs. And it doesn't matter how they're taken care of, because look, Russell could have the VIP plate. You know how the VIP service when you have your own plate at events. Oh my gosh. Either way, we talk about food a lot here, and we talk about creativity, good culinary, and it's important for events. So I'm already sold. I haven't even been there, and I'm already sold on this chef's table.
That's what it's all about. It's about making a connection. And like I said, LinkedIn is about business development, and this is a prime example of that. Okay, so so no, we appreciate you coming on, Charlie. Thank you so much for your comments, and keep them coming. And anyone else out there, feel free to make your comments as well. And exactly, chime in, comment on what Charlie's saying, or you have your own thoughts or whatever. That's fine too. Wait a minute, what's Jim talking about here?
Jim's in Chicago.
I have a great venue in Chicago for events. Okay,
in Chicago. Okay, yeah.
Okay, well, let us know, Jim. Let us know. I know Jim manages several hotels, smaller hotels in Chicago, and I want to say near Wrigley, if I'm not mistaken. The Ivy Hotel.
Oh yeah, the Ivy. I'm going there in a couple weeks for an event.
Streeterville. Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay, see that's
okay.
See?
Yeah, it's a beautiful place, Streeterville. So Streeterville, because you're coming to Chicago, so you should know these locations. So Streeterville is the Magnificent Mile area. So down Michigan Avenue, and then it's about 10 minutes from River North, because I think you're going to do some places in River North. So yeah, hot downtown location.
Very good, Jim. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's what it's all about.
Let me connect with Jim. I said, let me connect. Well, you're already connected.
Yeah, you
so let me connect with Jim.
Jim was my boss. Jim was my CFO back in the day, or COO back in the day. So yes, Jim is the real deal. And then Charlie says CharlieBagsIncorporated.com. Okay, is my company Kathy Bags owns Chicago Chef's Table. Man, that sounds good. A chef's table. I love a chef's table. Oh my God.
See,
I was at this hotel at the Langham, right, a couple of weeks ago. And they had this area, and she made sure she showed me this. I didn't ask to see this, but she made sure she showed me. We walked in because they have several restaurants there. And this particular restaurant is closed during the day. It opens in the evening. And she walked by this. Oh, and this is our chef's table. And it's seats maybe 12 people. And it's right next to the kitchen. And I I can just picture the chef coming out of that door and just presenting, the next course. I mean, oh my God. I remember back in the day at this one hotel I worked in, we set up the chef's table in the kitchen. Okay, in the kitchen. Okay,
Oh,
so it was maybe an intimate setting. It's
uh-huh.
probably more like six people, like six VIPs that you had, and you were in the kitchen. So, there's people running around because they have orders they're filling or picking up and all that kind of stuff. But it was just the
Right.
excitement of that. That was my first experience with a chef's table. It was actually in the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay. So the people in the restaurant couldn't even see what was going on, right? Oh my God, it was the best experience
Mm-hmm.
ever. And then, of course, they moved it out from there,
Mm-hmm.
probably liability and all that stuff too. And that's probably
Yeah.
20 years ago. And then they moved them out. But this one at the Langham is just, it's very nice. It's so nice. So, oh my God. So, anyway, what I thought.
It sounds amazing. I love that. You know what I like? I like at events where the chef comes out. The chef comes out to greet. If the few events that I've had that happen, like we would flock and have conversations about it, and it's experience. More hotels should do
Yes.
that and invite the chef to just come out and say hello. Yeah.
I think people forget about that. I think people forget that that's something that sells a lot. I mean, you're not
100.
trying to, but it's something that will, will go from A to Z, right? I mean, okay, this hotel is nice, but then you have a chef's table, or the chef comes out and starts explaining things. And first of all, he or she introduces
Yes.
themselves
Yes.
and it
Mm-hmm.
starts, a whole, conversation. I mean, that's great because a lot of times I've worked with chefs that they would never come out. They
Right.
wouldn't even let you go in the kitchen. They'd cuss you out. I mean, I remember, oh my God, I remember, some European chefs they would tear you a new one. Don't even come in
Wow.
here. Yeah. But no. Now we've broken down that barrier where,
Mm-hmm.
some chefs will come out and they will explain things. And they'll give you their experiences, where they came from. I mean, those things mean a lot, especially to like a VIP that's there, or maybe someone on the fence and they're considering other hotels, right? But if the chef comes out, because if there's a huge food and beverage component to your group, to your meeting
Right.
or whatever, that makes a huge difference. That'll seal the deal right there. That would definitely seal the deal.
I completely agree. I
Yeah.
went to an event recently at the Sofitel, and the food was just really fresh and delicious. I told you about it, and the chef comes out,
Mhm.
Chef Daniel, and we just started talking. I mean, just a 5-minute conversation, and he just talked about his love for food and how he likes to, create around the theme of the event, and really puts detail. And I'm like, I can see. And he's like, I don't want to do the same old chicken and beef. I'm like, thank you, because I don't want to eat that. But to your point, it seals the deal, especially if someone on the fence. And if that is the
Yes.
difference between going to a traditional hotel with the same chicken, and same
Yes.
fish, same.
Yes.
But and for you, I mean, we've talked about creativity. You want to know that they're doing something besides salad. You know?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Like
Hello.
there's other things to have. Yeah,
Yeah. No, that
yeah,
makes sense. So salespeople out there, um, get your chefs involved. Get people that are behind the scenes that normally
yeah.
wouldn't be in front. I mean, of course, clear it with them first, but have
Right.
them come out and not necessarily put on a show, but introduce themselves and you know
Yep.
explain things, food items, and do more chefs tables because I think that's
Yes.
an art that we've forgotten about that hotels aren't doing, and some hotels don't even know what it is. Some people have never come up with that. So I think it's something that definitely can set your hotel apart from the competition because everybody's not going to do it.
Right.
So there you go.
That's what
All
it's
right,
about.
that's right. So yeah, this is good, Miss Tiffany. This is good. So did I get the okay? Yes, I work with 3 boutique hotels, boutique properties all around Wrigley Field. So there you go.
Ah,
Right. Give us the
I'm
names,
curious.
Jim. Give us the
I know.
names of those
I will.
hotels. Don't be
I will
teasing
show
us
up.
like that. Yeah,
I
don't
wonder if
tease
it's
us.
I wonder if it's Hotel Zachary. That's the hotel I know about Wrigley. But I'll be there. Like that's a 10-minute walk for me. I
Oh,
won't go
really?
today. Yeah, today is Russell. When I tell you it is so hot, yeah, we're in our heat wave today. But
You been
any other
outside
time,
already?
yeah,
Oh, look at you, been outside already. Or were you
like,
just coming back from your birthday?
don't do me like
I'm just asking a question. I don't know.
that. That's no, I'm too old for that. No, no, no. I take a morning walk.
You took a morning walk. Okay.
Yeah,
Look at
I
you,
usually
Tiffany,
walk in the mornings,
taking a
but it
morning
was
walk.
hot. It
Okay.
was, yeah.
The Majestic City Suites and Willows. Are you familiar with those properties?
No.
Okay. Well, you need to be because you live near there. All right. So I need a full report
Clearly,
on
yeah.
them by Monday.
Huh.
Okay. I need a full report on those
Yeah.
hotels.
I need to know. Always need good options.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what this is all about talking about hospitality. If that's hotels, if that's food and beverage, if whatever restaurant, whatever the heck it is. I mean, we need to talk about all that. Chef's
Yeah.
table, a beer and French fries at the bar, whatever we're talking about. Yes.
That's all it takes. That's
Yes,
the entry
yes, that's
price
all
for
I
Russell.
need. And you get RFPs. You get RFPs.
You get RP, right? Right.
Oh man.
Um,
Okay. So the
so
fourth is coming up.
well, no, I just
Okay, go
wanted
ahead.
to mention we had talked about the chef coming out and those personal touches, but I'd love to see the GM come out and say hello, or I'd like to see the director of sales come out at our events and say hello. So it's not just, chef, but having that engagement, and it goes a long way of feeling appreciated for our
Are you
business.
saying that normally does not happen?
Well, not on the GM level. Usually it's the event manager that is, been handling the events, but no higher than that.
Why do you think that is, Tiffany?
Russell, I was about to ask you the same thing, because what's up with that?
So you don't have an answer for it,
Like,
is basically.
no, because I on the receiving end, that's what I've noticed. But is that not common anymore? I mean, you're the,
Well,
you have the hotel background. Is
I'll
that
say,
obsolete?
and I hate to just toot my own horn, right? But that was one thing that you learn that as a junior salesperson or a salesperson just started, right? That the impact that a general manager would have on a site tour. Okay, let's just say a site tour where you're introducing them to the hotel, and then the GM shows up, the person that's basically can make all this stuff happen or make anything happen. Okay, it speaks volumes, right? So when I
Yeah.
became a general manager, and I made it known that any tour that we're doing, any lunch that you're having, let me know when it is, and I'll come by and introduce myself. Okay. Even as a director, I told my salespeople, hey, when you're doing this, and sometimes we would go in tandem. I'm a director of sales, the general manager, we would go in tandem together and meet with whoever it was, right? So you got two of the, I guess, the highest people at that particular hotel meeting you, right? But the GM does set the bar, right? So yeah, if the GMs and the GMs, they're extensions of the sales team, sales department. Okay, they want all the numbers. They want to hold people accountable. Well, guess what? Some of that responsibility lies on you as well. Meaning, you need to be more visible, not just being in the office. Because that a lot of times, I was in a meeting. Well, the meetings, I've been to a lot of meetings before, right? And none of them result in making more money. Okay, and like
Okay.
or making sure a client is taken care of, or making sure a client is put at rest, or making sure that client now is going to make a decision on our hotel based on me going out there. You know what I mean? So none of those meetings,
Right.
we're in a closed door meeting, we're this, we're that, you know what? Enough of that. Just come out and just meet. And I'm talking like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, of your time. That's all we need.
Right.
That's all you need. That is all you need. So yeah. So those are the things.
Yeah,
So
it's a great touch point. It definitely, and it doesn't require a lot, but yeah, I know it makes a difference about feeling appreciated for business when I see a GM coming out saying, "Hey, thanks for your business," or "Hey, if you need anything," and that's it. I don't expect you to be a part of the tour, part
exactly.
of the,
Exactly. No one wants that. I don't want that. No one wants that.
We don't want to do all that. Just saying hello and that high level. I like that.
Yeah. I had this general manager. I used to work at the Westin Bonaventure Hotel, which is back then was, I guess it's still the largest hotel in LA County. It's 13. Well, who's more than 1,300 rooms now? 1,300 rooms. Yeah. Okay. Let's just say it was a 1,300 room hotel. Back then, it was the largest. It had over 110,000 square feet of meeting space. So it was the largest footprint. So I would think that general manager would be busy. His name was Brian Fitzgerald. Yeah, okay. Brian Fitzgerald. He was busy as hell. Okay. but he would show up for, if you asked him to come by, he would come by. Like, say, hey, I'm doing this. I remember I had Vans, the shoe company, and they were coming in for a site tour. It was between us and another hotel. And I had asked him to come by. He said, of course. He showed up, came by. And, at the beginning of the tour, he wasn't there for the whole tour because the tour lasts an hour and a half at least. Right. So, but he came by. We didn't get the business, but that wasn't the reason why we didn't get it. Okay.
All right.
But there's some other reasons why we didn't get the business.
Okay.
But he came by. So when people say, oh, I'm too busy to do it, this man, Brian Fitzgerald, a 1,300 room property, 110,000 square feet of meeting space, he came by. He always made the time to come by. So there's no one out there that cannot set aside 10 minutes. It's not last minute. I'm telling you, we're sending out report, or what they called, a site inspection tour or something like that. So the email goes to everyone, right? Everybody in the freaking hotel. We had over 1,000 employees. So anybody had internet or the computer got it, right? So you would know, at least all the managers, and then there was well over 100 managers that got it. Mm-hmm. So you would know these things were happening, okay? And that's another thing. Make sure we're sending those things out. That there's a notice that a site tour is going on, who it is, Jill Smith with Microsoft or whatever, so they're bidding. We're bidding on this particular group. Our competition is, this hotel or whatever. You can put all that information on there, right? And you'll be surprised how many people will come up and say, oh, you're Miss, Jill Smith. Hey, we appreciate it. We welcome you. We hope you choose our hotel. If you share the information with your employees, with your associates, they're more than likely going to come up and say something like that. And that speaks volumes too for the employees to be aware and to be in the loop of what's going on. That shows a lot about that hotel.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways that we can do. But we kind of miss the point. When we're in sales, we kind of just get caught up in, this is my world. I'm the one that has to seal this, get this piece of business. Whatever. And at the end of the day, it comes down to you, right? But there's a lot of factors that go around you that you're not utilizing. Your general manager, your director of sales, making sure that, the resume for these tours goes out to everybody.
Yeah.
For these site tours or whatever, and let them know exactly, this is serious. We need it. We need this piece of business, right? So it gets everybody excited, gets them foaming at the mouth, like, oh yeah, we want that piece of business, right? So,
Well, look, however way it's done, I just know on the receiving end, it makes a difference.
Yes.
Everyone wants to feel appreciated.
Everybody wants to feel
So,
appreciated and
yeah.
included. Appreciated and included. So yeah, good point. Good point.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully that happens more, but
Well,
I don't know.
hopefully it does too. But I think, like I said, people have forgotten about these things. They forgot that they don't have to be alone in this process. Salespeople think they have to be alone, and you don't have to be alone. There's ways that you can include other people in there. It's just that you have to do it. You have to take that extra step, right? To invite people, to talk to them. No general manager, every general manager out there they should welcome that, the opportunity to go out and meet. But you know what? That's not common though, and that's a problem. That's
Yeah.
a problem where they think that whatever they're doing in that office with the door closed is more important than getting
Yeah.
new business. And it's not. Okay, been there, done that. People, get your ass out of your office and go on some of these. At least meet your clients, right, or meet the potential clients for your hotel. I mean, you go to all the meetings because, of course, staff meetings and normally the salespeople talk about, oh, we're doing this site tour with this group and that group. Well, you already know because they're in your meeting talking about it or speaking of it. So get your ass out of your office and go and meet the client or the potential client. That's it. There's no other way to put it. I ain't sugarcoating it because I've been there and I've done it. So boom, whoop, there it is.
Yeah. Just do
it. There it is. Whoop,
like
there
that.
it is. I see over on Instagram, I see Andrew. Hey, Andrew, are you coming to town? I've been asking you this question for the last couple months, and you've been avoiding answering the question. So I'm gonna ask again: are you coming to town? That's all I'm gonna ask you, Andrew. Okay, that's it. So, okay, Jim is giving addresses to his hotels. Did you see that? Are you writing that down?
Yeah.
Okay. Tiffany's gonna go and give us a full
Yeah,
report by Monday on these hotels, Jim. Okay.
I don't know about Monday.
Hey, your boots on the ground. Tiffany is boots on the ground in Chicago.
Yeah.
Chi-Town, the Windy City.
No, yeah, definitely want to connect with Jim, see if I can pop over.
Oh, just pop over. Jim is not going to be there on property, okay? Jim's a management company, okay? He's not going to be there.
All right, look, see. Well, still wanted to send him a connection so we can at least stay connected.
Yeah, connect with him. Yes, definitely connect with him. Tell him you went to one of the properties.
Russell, I'm good. I'm okay.
Just, you over here. I'm just letting you know.
Coaching me on how I should connect. I hear you. I hear you.
Okay. Well, yeah. Just connect.
Well, yeah. And it's July, we got summertime shy. We got such a short window of, our summer of things going on too. So it's always good to have some.
Yeah, that's the thing with Chicago. That's why Chicago is so expensive. Is because they only have so many months to do events, right?
Yeah, but people still come. They're so expensive because we have the union rates.
Everyone has unions.
No.
Yeah, they do.
California, Illinois, I get it, but no.
We have unions.
No,
New York has unions. Chicago has unions.
South does not have. The Southeast does not have unions.
Okay.
So it's just different, and then just different areas. But yeah, it's just an expensive city. I get it. It's hard. But to your point, yeah, you're right. We can only do so much in that window of summer. Yes.
But people love Chicago. We love Chicago. Okay. What else? What else, Miss Tiffany? We can't let we don't need any dead air space here. Okay, just keep talking. Hello.
Oh well, thank you, Russell, host. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, keep talking. You're not saying anything.
I mean, I'm talking back with you. You're our host. I mean, I'm just agreeing with you. Yeah, that's That's all I'm working on. I'm kind of thinking about what my week is. I'm a little distracted right now because, you know, I was telling you earlier that I was putting some intention on my business.
Like what?
So I'm really fleshing out some new service offerings, or more defining them around client events, and yeah, so I'm just kind of working on putting that out there and sending some updates on that. And I don't know, it's a little bit of juggling of time too, because I'm still sourcing for 4 other locations for August. So I feel like even though I don't have a lot of travels this month, I'm using that time to do the stuff that I kind of put on the back burner, which is the business development.
Okay.
And I say that to you, and you always get on me on it. So that's why I was like, oh, should I bring this up?
So what do you mean by business development? Can I just ask that? What does that mean? What are you trying to do?
Well, one is I have these bazillion of business cards that I want to put in my CRM and do some follow ups because I haven't reached out to them probably since the last time we met. So it could have been like 2 months ago, 4 months ago from an event. So that's what I want to do. And then, like I said, I have some service offerings around client events and doing, client dinners. And then for the summer, I have some yacht events that I'm doing and want to put that out there as well via email. And I feel like you're laughing at me, like you're about to say something snarky.
No,
that's what I have.
You said a yacht. You said yacht events. You said yacht events. I don't know, for some reason, right. Boats, water, and you. That.
Oh my God! So are we gonna? Every time I bring this up, every time
it makes me laugh.
It's so funny.
It tickles me for some reason.
So funny, and I love being on a boat in the summer. I love that atmosphere. So planning those around.
You do events on boats or yachts?
Well, yeah, I'm partnering up with the captain because it's different from getting a bunch of your friends and hanging out on the boat when you're actually using that boat to entertain clients. Build and grow your network. So there's that strategy that comes in with it. So working with the captains to say, hey, we're going to plan an event, a company event, but we have to adhere to, what the company wants, whether it's their branding that comes on. So they'll do, it's a little different than going to a hotel or a restaurant. Because mobile and but if it's a company, they usually want some type of branding. So what does that look like? Maybe we're branding some of some cocktail napkins in the bar, and then having some little gift bags, and how are we storing them? So it's really strategizing with the captains of the boat to provide the vessel. They provide their expertise, but then me coming in and handling like the logistics and how that would look. What foods, you can't have, a full course meal on a boat, but you want to have something that's light and easily, digestible and, finger foods. But what does that look like? It's not, I think I talked to a captain, and he's like, we can grab some pizzas and some beer. And I'm like, well, when you're thinking about a company event that's entertaining clients, you got to elevate it a little bit. So what does that menu look like? So it's been some really interesting discussions because the captains of the boats, they don't care about that. They just want to do what they do. They want to take you out on the water.
Gotcha.
So it's me talking with me and, bringing the whole logistics, so they don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
So, and the fact that we have such a small window in Chicago, we have July and August, maybe a little bit of September, to really, capitalize on some good weather.
Now, have you done any events on yachts before? You personally? Yeah.
Well, Well, my background in planning is with law firms, and that was a very it was a very favorite activity. Whether it was the partner attorneys, that division did a women's group, so it was women on the
Women
water.
on the water.
That was a fun one.
Ooh,
Women on the
not
water.
under the water. Women on the water.
Yeah, women on the water. So and that was yeah. Are you a water person? I feel like you don't. Do you not like going on boats? I feel like I'm the only one who talks about it, and you're like,
I can swim. To answer this question, I can swim, and I can swim enough to save myself, save my life. Right?
First of all, you're on the boat.
Huh?
You're on the boat. Why? Okay, we're not swimming. We're just on the boat.
It depends. It depends.
It depends. Yeah.
But yeah, I've attended some events on, some receptions and things like that on boats, and it's been fine. It's fine. Yeah. No, it's different. It's unique.
Yeah.
It's different, and done well. I mean, it does make an impact. So, yeah, on whoever you're entertaining.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it's gearing up to be a busy month, but without travel, because I'll be home. I don't have anything coming up as of now until August.
Okay,
so.
Very good. And
which is good. I like being in Chicago in the summer.
Okay, and we both been accepted to go to what was that? Destination California.
California, is that the next event? California is what, end of August?
I think that's my next event. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that should be interesting. That's in Burlingame.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it'll be interesting for me because California is its own everything. And I guess that's why they're having an event just dedicated to California. So large, so vast, but there's so many smaller cities in such a small radius. And it's just for someone who doesn't live there, it gets a little intimidating. I'm sourcing some California locations, and I'm like, I need a big map to pull out where things are, So, but yeah, that show would be good.
Destinations, hotels, because I haven't booked anything in California. I booked something maybe this year, but in the past, all my stuff was outbound. It was outside of California, so I hadn't been attending Destination California or the West Coast, some of the West Coast programs that we normally do, because I didn't at that point. I didn't need them at that point. So let's just put it like that. But now I do, because now I'm having more interest from my clients in California. So in fact, I'm working on 3 different programs that are all in California. So it behooves me to attend that and see what's out there, right? Or rekindle those relationships that maybe have fallen off on both sides. It's fallen off for me, and it's fallen off for them as well, right? So it's a two-way
street. And then there's new. Well, there's always new people, right? There's weeks, and then there's new people, so you have to kind of refresh your contacts anyway, right?
You're right. So that's what we do, and that's we have to do it. We get out, and that's what we do. Okay, so I see a couple of comments over here. Good morning, Craig. Yes, it is. California is a great hospitality, travel, and tourism market. Yes, it is. Thank you so much, Craig. And Craig and I are gonna be doing something tomorrow, right? Aren't we doing a live tomorrow, Craig, at 11 o'clock, I believe? So yeah, so make sure you guys tune in for that. It's gonna be on the same platforms. I still have to send you the link, Craig. But we're gonna, I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna talk about something. We'll come up with something, right? Just like Tiffany and I. Tiffany doesn't tell me what you're going to talk about. She just starts talking, and next thing I know, an hour has come up. Come by. So who knows where it's
always
going to
something.
go.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
so we're gonna
Keeps it fresh, right? Because we're always talking about things that happened, maybe a week or two ago. So it keeps it fresh.
Yes, and I think that's the key, right? You don't necessarily have to have a topic. You just whatever's on your head. It is like hospitality related, and if you're in hospitality, you're gonna come up with something, right? You're gonna come up with something for the most part. So
Yeah.
and then we just roll from there, and then we get good.
Well, and the comments help
I was
too,
gonna
because
say that.
you could be
There you
talking
go.
about something, and then the comments will deter you to something like we talked about. Bringing the chef in, and
Yes. So
Yep,
so one thing leads to something else. So
it
once again,
does.
thank you, Charlie Baggs. We appreciate you for coming on. Jim Schichter, we appreciate you. I see once again, Tryon Pyatt. Thank you. Happy 4th of July to you too, my friend. Andrew didn't respond. He didn't tell me if he's coming to LA anytime soon. Craig, always good to have Craig come on. Like I said, we're going to do something tomorrow. And that's tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Same platforms. Okay. So everybody that's on this one, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Let's see what else. Yes, and you have to know what's in your backyard. Yes, definitely. The people in California, I got to know what's in my backyard, right? I got to know what's going on throughout California, and sometimes I drop the ball, right? And I don't know. I haven't been to all the events that I should be going to. Well, then again, no. It's not that I should be going. It's just that I choose not to go because maybe in something else where I know my clients are going to be going, I'm going there. Okay. So I've been concentrating more on the, that Southeast region, the East Coast region, for the most part, because a lot of my clients that's where they're having their meetings. So you gotta fish where the fish are, but you can't forget about your backyard. So California is vast and there's a lot of stuff going on. But there's always opportunity, just like in August, there's opportunity to go and check it out. So there you go.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. And that's all I'm saying about that. Okay. So anyway.
Well, I want to mention, just in case. So these shows that we go to, for me, they're valuable because, I learn about properties I probably never would have known about had they not been there. I mean, we're talking about even the smaller, and I know you kind of hate this word, but the hidden gems.
What? What did you say?
So the shows help. The hidden gems. I know.
I hate that term.
I know. But
finish your thought, and I'm gonna go off on the hidden.
No, my point was, how I source, and this is the most effective way of sourcing because I get it, word of mouth to mouth information from people representing hotels that make sense for my programs. So that's why I continue to go to these shows. The California show makes sense, and I continue to go to ones that make sense for the markets that I source for. So yeah.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
I get it. I understand. Yeah. I don't like the term hidden gem. I guess if you, depending on what side of the coin you're on, right? Now it's a hidden gem for you because you didn't know it existed, right? But for the salesperson or the people that work at that hotel, let's say the people that are responsible for selling that hotel, that would be the salespeople, the sales team, the general manager, right? That is not a good thing for your hotel or your destination to be a hidden gem. That means you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough for it to be discovered. You're not visible enough. Okay. So if anyone said, and I was on a site tour with somebody, a sales manager, she said, "Oh my God, we're the best kept secret. We're a hidden gem." I was like, "Oh my God." It took everything within my being not to say anything. I just laughed. I just, "Oh yeah, that's great." Because it was cute, right? "Oh yeah, that's cute." But then as I'm driving home, I'm like, wait a minute. I had to pull over. I'm like, she said that was a hidden gem. It was a hit.
That's kept
On the
secret.
outside, yeah, it is a hidden gem, but should it be a hidden gem? It was a hotel that people should
Right.
know about. There was an option to go to being in LA or to Santa Barbara. It should not be a hidden gem because the price difference was worlds apart from LA and Santa Barbara, right? So it was at the lower end of those other two destinations. So it shouldn't be a hidden gem, right? So it just
Right.
means to me that they're not doing a good enough job of promoting that destination, that hotel, or whatever. So yeah, so I had to pull over. I mean, I was shaking. I was shaking so much. I'm like, oh my God.
Goodness.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm being a little bit dramatic. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, but no. To your point, you do have to market yourself. You can't just expect people to just show up.
You're right. You are right. Okay, let's see a couple comments from
that's not what.
Craig.
That's yeah.
Craig says we all dropped the ball. It's about the recovery. Yes, we do. I am moderating a panel at Southern Lodging Summit in August in Memphis. Okay, have fun in Memphis. Good point with the hidden gem comment. Yes, thank you, Craig. So, so anyway, all right. So we're at an hour, okay, and you know that's for people that don't have an agenda. I mean, we sure fill up a damn hour and go over. You know what I mean? So there you go. So make sure you guys tune in when we do. Normally, Tiffany is on Mondays, okay, but because she couldn't do Monday because it was her birthday, happy birthday. How old are you now? Can you tell us that?
I am grown. That's how old I am. I am grown.
I know how old you are. I know how old you are, but I'm not gonna say it because you told me you slipped up one time and told me the year you were born.
I didn't slip up. I told you that because you were talking to me like I was
a kid.
In a different. So I didn't. Yeah.
I was talking to you like you were a kid, which you are.
I was
but then I realized, like, oh, she's older than what I thought she was.
Been around.
But I won't say anything. Okay, it's our secret. Okay, it's our secret. But no, happy birthday again. But thank everybody for joining. We want to thank Jim and Charlie Baggs, Jim Schichter, Charlie Baggs. They're both in Chicago, along with Tiffany. Well, no, Jim's not in Chicago, but he does have hotels in Chicago. Excuse me.
Okay.
And then, of course, we want to thank Craig for coming on. He says happy birthday.
Thank you, Craig.
And then we had Andrew, who's out there in Italy, and Ancona, Italy. And then Tryon, who's out there. I think he's in Central Valley. So thank you guys for coming on. We do this, which, like I said, Mondays we do the daily check-in with Russell of Hotels, which comes on 4 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. And then I do a show called On Air with Russell of Hotels, which I just did show number 350 yesterday. I do it every Tuesday at 1:00. So if you guys haven't checked that out, please go back on either LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, and the replay is there. So it doesn't matter if you watch me live. I mean, I like live because you can make your comments live, right? But it's important that you just go back and look. Okay, so if it's on the replay, I'm happy with that too. So anyway, and tomorrow, be on the lookout for me and Craig, or Craig and I said that right, Craig and I, to be on, I don't know what it's going to be, daily check-in with Craig and Russell. Let's just throw it like that, right? So that's tomorrow, which is Thursday at 11:00. Okay, so check us out tomorrow. So parting words, Miss Tiffany.
See you next week. until next time.
Man, it took all that to say that. Wow.
I know. We covered a lot. And
yeah, we did. This was good. So
I'll be back on our regular Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. We look forward to it. Let me see. Any other? This will be fun. Yes, it will be, Craig. So we'll see you tomorrow. So anyway, that is it. You guys have a great day. As always, peace.
Peace.